Hey, true believers, Chris Mack coming at you with an action figure review that it's a little unconventional. Normally, I'd review a figure in box and kind of go around the box, but this is one of those figures that I was surprised with and did not expect to have in my collection. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends X Men Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool. And I wanted to give a shout out to Anthony, who added this figure just as a surprise bonus in a package that I purchased from him. So thank you so much. I opened up and he was sitting in there in a baggie and I went, oh wow, this is awesome. So can't complain. I like this figure a lot. If anybody has the box and or the Build-A-Figure for sale, please hit me up. I have my email and the social media links down in the the description below. Now, if you guys want to pick up Deadpool, the normal routes, Big Bad Toy Store, etc., sold out. So you're going to please, first and foremost, check with your local comic shop before you go to the secondary market. Now, if you want to see the pieces or the figures that you need to collect to build Sauron, I will throw a still up so you guys can look at that at your convenience. And with that said, now we've seen Deadpool on the spinner and just looking at how awesome he is here, taking out old Juggy, let's go ahead and get him off the spinner and get a closer look at him. The first appearance of Deadpool in this costume was Deadpool Volume 4, number 16 from October 2009. This was on the coattails of him being a pirate. Deadpool was looking to do some good and decided to join the X Men on Utopia. The team reluctantly agrees because they want to try and contain the Merc with the mouth's volatile personality by recruiting him, which was at the persuasion of Wolverine. Now, the story in and of itself, there's a character named Ellis Kincaid who's the father of a mutant named Mercury. He begins slandering mutants on national TV, and Deadpool decides to assassinate him. There is a twist at the end, and I recommend checking out this 3-part arc. If I can find the issues, or if anyone would like to donate them, I'll definitely review them. As I said a moment ago, my contact information is down in the description. Now for accessories, as you can see, he comes with this head sculpt, and he actually comes with a pretty good plethora of stuff. So let's go ahead and start with this gun. I like this thing, it's nice. Or how do the hip TikTok kids say now? I like it, Picasso. I wish there was maybe a little more gunmetal gray on it, but just that black in and of itself with the ridges, and where the barrel goes, it's just a nice little piece all around. It has like a nice little high-tech look to it, and it fits in his hand relatively well, so I'm pleased with it. Love that giant-ass scope that just looks amazing. The second thing that I'm very thankful for is, he comes with his katana sheaths, and I'm glad on this one that you can take this off. And because he's such a bendy figure, I was watching Shartimus Prime's review on this figure, and he said the body mold was, I guess, from the original Spidey 2099, which I'm not 100% sure. I just got the retro carded one, and I have not reviewed it yet. So if it's true, let me know. But nonetheless, I'm glad because, Deadpool is bendy like Spidey. He has a butterfly joint, which we'll go over in the articulation, but you can move his arms back, work these in, and that thing stays on there really well once you get his arms back. And I like how it looks nice and rugged, and which leads us to our second piece, which is these katanas, which I'll just go over one. They both look the same, just like with every Deadpool figure. The silver on here looks good. I don't know, maybe part of me would like, see some like red, or like at least the diamonds in between the wrap be red. That'd been kind of cool, but it is what it is. The silver all around looks nice. Just a generic sword, which is what you expect from Deadpool. Katanas are always a nice little touch, and I like how they shimmer in the light, and they fit in his sheaths, or scabbards, whatever you want to call them, relatively well, and it shows how they're supposed to go the way it loops. So where's the other one? So you don't want to put it this way because you're going to kind of fight it. I mean, you can, but I'm OCD, so I like to make the blade match the way it's supposed to go in. Maybe it'd been cool if they had like a weapon storage for that gun, but it is what it is. And overall, very nice looking figure. The last accessories that he comes with are just absolutely random, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take the backpack off, which, as you can see, is just quick, bloop, bloop. We're going to pop the head off. Ugh. And we're going to pop this rando head on first. And we're going to talk about Madcap. But before we do, let's look at the head sculpt in and of itself. I like that brown wash, that dark yellow. You know, you can kind of see the color differentiation, which I'm glad to show that this is a head, this is a uniform. The one thing, though, is from what I understand, is Madcap is a villain, so it's kind of weird that they decided to give it on a Deadpool body. From the photos that I've seen of Madcap, he has a cape, so I kind of wish that they would have given him his purple cape at least. So there's that. So nice head sculpt, and then he comes with this purple hat, very cavalier, very cowboyish. I like it. When I first saw the hat, it reminded me, because it's purple, it looked very much and reminded me of Darkwing Duck, which, let's get dangerous. Now, Madcap, I had never heard of this character before I bought this figure. The first appearance of Madcap was Captain America number 307 from July 1985, created by Mark Grunwald and Paul Neary. Grunwald said that Madcap represented the disaffected youth of today. Now remember, this was 1985, and youth angst don't really change too much over the years. Now, they never really, from what I understand, give his real name, but his backstory is he's on a way to like a picnic or a retreat with the church and his family. The bus crashes with a tanker full of what's called Compound X07, which was created by AIM. Everybody but him dies, which, when he finds out, fractures his mind and all perception of reality. The compound gives him regenerative abilities, and he's just a villain. I've not read a whole lot of Deadpool comics or Captain America books, but I've never seen him in X Men or Avengers or Fantastic Four. So it was just one of those really random things that I really had to look up to at least get some backstory for him. And I'd like to maybe read a few books. If you guys have any suggestions on Madcap, let me know. So with that out of the way, we just talked about this head sculpt. This Deadpool head, we've seen it a lot of times, but it's always welcome. Creases where the mask is supposed to. I like how one eye is smaller than the other to kind of give him like that sort of look, and then of course it looks like his mask doesn't fit all the way. That little flop in the back always looks good. Red looks nice. Very beautiful paint apps on there. The body, I love how it says X Men here, because when we first see this uniform in the comics, it's just there's an X here, and then he put Deadpool across the back, which I kind of wish they would have kept here. That would have been really neat. But it is what it is. This rubber belt is awesome. And when you look at the comics, because Deadpool kind of wanted to have his take on the classic training uniform, this is what he does. So he throws this X Men belt on, but you can still see the old classic red belt there. The dark blues look great all the way through. Gloves look great, and I like how he has his Merc gloves here, the red, and then he puts on the classic training ones there, so he's essentially wearing two gloves. Okay. So yeah, boots look good. The only thing that I will bitch about, and this is on a lot of figures I talked about with Havoc and other figures, is I wish Hasbro would stop this. I guess they do this so if people want a mod, I get it. But when you're just trying to pose the figure, whether it be on a shelf or photography, you just get the shot, and these damn things always fall. So I just kind of like, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. So overall, great paint apps. I can't complain about them. Now, before we jump into the articulation, there's one thing that I forgot to mention that is really worth noting. A lot of Deadpool figures that I've messed with, I have the Uncanny X Force version, then I have the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure Wave version. This one, because he usually always comes with gun hands, and then you'll put the katanas in his hands. They don't ever come with extra hands majority of the time. The two Deadpools that I have, these katanas constantly sit loose. This is the first Deadpool where, yeah, it's kind of loose, but it actually stays and does what you want it to do. So that was very much a very welcome addition to this Deadpool. So with that said, head sculpt, both of them can do this far down. So it looks like it's on a double hinge ball joint. And just, look at how far up and down. So like I said, if this is a Spider-Man body mold, you are getting one hell of a range of motion on this Deadpool. So you can kind of get a little bit there, play there. Butterfly joints, as I noted earlier, that far in, that far forward. Arms do go 360 up. And as I always say, guys, when you get your figures, whether secondary market, loose, whatever, please, first and foremost, warm them up before you do anything, because you do stand the chance of snapping them, and that's just going to make your day miserable. Ab crunch can almost go all the way down in an L shape. Back crunch, that much. Legs out, that much, not bad. Forward, that much. And then I've kind of had to let this go, because this is going to be every Marvel Legends figure, it seems forever and ever, man, is the butt flap. So, you can't go full splits. You'll have to go out to the side. I'm so tired of this butt flap. I'm glad that McFarlane Toys has this as a soft leather, so you can actually go back. So that's probably my biggest gripe there. Can swivel, really good. Does have upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Double jointed arms, wrists 360, down, up. See, freaking trying to do all this, and that has to, I hate that. Does have a boot cut, foot up, foot down, and pivot. So other than the butt flap, freaking jinglies, other than that, articulation, if I could speak, 100% on this guy. Now for comparisons, this is what I want to talk about when I meant too many Deadpools, and I kind of got Deadpool fatigue. Hell, there's even one I forgot to get. I forgot to get the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure Wave Pirate Deadpool off the shelf. But let's go down the line. Here's the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure Wave X Men Deadpool. There's the Venomized Back in Black Deadpool. There's the Uncanny X Force Deadpool. And then because this is the Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave, here's the Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave Lady Deadpool. Now to just kind of do some scaling and to just sort of break up the ain't no party like a Deadpool party because the Deadpool party don't stop, is the Build-A-Figure Wave Juggernaut. And as you can see, he stands all just massively over these figures. But this is what I meant when the Sauron wave came out. There was just too many Deadpools at the time, and then I ended up breaking down and getting these Deadpools for Strong Guy. But I will say that all of them that I have bought, I have enjoyed in one way or another. So I can't damn them. It's just too much of a way to flood the market. But I must say that out of all of them, this was probably my top one and still running there. But in terms of the way that this Deadpool can hold his katanas and just how freaking bendy he is, he's really giving this one a run for his money, even though I love the way this one's designed from the Rick Remender's Uncanny X Force run. So let me know what you think of all these Deadpools down in the comments below. I am absolutely pleased with this figure. When I initially saw him in the package, and when I saw him at the store, I was just kind of like, I think the problem was when this wave came out, it was too Deadpool-y. I think in that wave there's like two Deadpools or three. I think there's three Deadpools. I think it's the red one, this one, and then the one with the underpants. And then they had Lady Deadpool. And I kind of get it, but at the same time, I was like, no way am I going to have that many Deadpools. But after messing with this one, I wish I just would have shut up and went at least got this one. I do want the Underpants Deadpool one because I like that head sculpt. So if you guys are looking to sell that one in box, because I like to do the reviews with the boxes. That's why a lot of people say, why don't you want it loose? Well, as you saw at the beginning, I like to go over the box as well. Just kind of not having the box takes away from it. So with that said, I wish I would have got it when I did. But nonetheless, just to have the figure in and of itself, I'm a happy little camper. The only gripe that I really do have with it is the fact that his boot cuffs here slide down. And, you know, just to be picky with Madcap, pictures I saw he had a cape, and I'm just like, it would have been cool to give him a cape. But Sauron is a big figure, so I'm sure it was a cost-cutting measure. So if you've enjoyed this figure, guys, please first and foremost support your local comic shop. See if it has in stock before you go to the secondary market. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate it if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you can possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little Deadpool bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.